Hi, everybody. You are joining us in Modesto today. We are doing our 5 and 5 journey, and we are featuring Peer Recovery Art Project today. So you can see some amazing art all around the room. I'm not getting people on camera because I haven't asked permission. But one person I did ask permission is John Black. And John, what is your official title here?
I'm operational manager, founder, chief cook and bottle washer.
I love it.
We do a little bit of everything.
Awesome. Great. And when did Peer Recovery Art Project start?
Well, we're in our 14th year of being a 501c3, but we're in our 16th or 17th year of operations. We started at a blues festival that I was promoting because we figured we needed somewhere other than clinical settings to come out and have fun and be part of the whole community. So that's exactly how we started, was just become artists that belong to the community, and by belonging to the community, we build other groups of support within each other. So it's been very successful over the years, and we are now in this location for our 3rd year.
Awesome. And what would you say are some of the projects you guys have done?
Well, we've done the Modesto Blues Festival for a number of years. We've done street fairs. We painted 13 or 14 murals on the walls of downtown Modesto and around. We've also been part of the annual Taste of McHenry Village. We have been supported over the years by Modesto Toyota, Wells Fargo Bank, Alhambra Water. Stanislaus County is currently our funder. We've had innovation programs, we've had prevention programs, and currently we're here in this particular location offering community supports and referral. And also in the evenings here we have Spanish-speaking only recovery 12-step groups as well, with a little mental health twist, and they meet every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Oh, sounds amazing. Lots of things going on. And how could people find out more about you? What's your website?
Well, our website is peerrecoveryartproject.org, or our Facebook is Peer Recovery Art Project, or John J.B. Black on Facebook. You can find us there. We keep a better current update on our Facebook pages than we do on our website. But the website has the whole history of the organization. You can go in and see our newsletters, you can see our mural projects, you can see the data from our innovation projects a while back, and you can and also, like I said, the newsletters tell a history of what we went through for 5 or 6 years that we produced those, and they're all available on our website.
Amazing. Someone is joining Alchemy 44. Hi, thanks for joining. They say love your work, so they know about what you do. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun in the state of California, but you know the recent times have not been as fruitful for us as we have in the past. We lost a couple of our good men, Bill and Tim, and it kind of ripped the heart out of our program. And prior to that, my beautiful wife had passed away, and it kind of scattered our programs and took a toll on the organization. But there for about 3 years, we were only doing statewide advocacy, which we were training public and mental health workforce. So we would go up to Modesto County to the Sunrays of Hope program. We'd go down into Southern California and work with programs down there, and also in Salinas. So we were doing those type of things.
And what do you want people to know about peer support and art through peer support?
So what I think the reasoning behind having art and music as a vehicle for connecting people back into their own home setting. So particularly if you're clinical, you have a goal of fixing something. Here what we recognize is you don't need fixing. My good friend used to say, I'm not a case and I don't need managed. What we do here is we stand up with some really strong community members. Modesto View Magazine's our partner. We've done amazing work in the community, and by doing that, we believe that we end stigma as it's known for people that have lived experience. We no longer are looking for a service, but through our art and our commitment to community service and through the arts, we believe we become better members of society and therefore better looked upon as members such as. So we don't have any labels at this particular gallery. That person there could have long history of mental health issues, or she could be a judge on a current trial in Modesto. Whoever wants to be part of us has the opportunity to do so. And we don't judge or jury people to be able to enter. Anybody that brings a piece of art is able to display it.
Yeah, we all need wellness. You shouldn't have any criteria for that, right? Someone says, despite the loss, you continue on. That is amazing. I love to see the art in the background. It is so healing. We need more organizations like yours.
Well, I thank you. This is a little story that I'll tell. My friends, the Painted Brain, Leon and Eli. Eli designed our first website, and the reason why I knew those folks is in 2009 or 10, I win the National Award for Integration into Society for Mentorship Award, and that's how we got started. That's where our first funding came from, and then we became a 501c3. And shortly thereafter that, we had some very good years with in innovation and prevention contracts.
That's amazing. Well, I want everybody to know this is just a start. We're going to go off camera and do a more extensive interview. But is there anything you want to say closing, John, that you want people to know or to make sure they can support?
Just continue to support one another. That's what we need to do. We need to support one another in whatever endeavors we're in. This isn't the only way to stay healthy and whole. You find your way and make it your own.
I love that. I love that. Okay, everyone. So if you're new to what we're doing, we are CAMHPRO, California Association of Mental Health Peer-run Organizations, doing our 5 and 5, CAMHPRO Live 5 and 5 Peers Across California, where we are traveling to 25 peer-run organizations. And today, the 12th of October, we are in Modesto and we are featuring peer recovery art projects. So I'm gonna thank John Black for talking to us, telling you all about this place, show you a little bit more art. My coworker, Danny. Thanks so much. All right, keep following us, keep sharing with your friends, family, coworkers, your community. We want to spread the message that mental health wellness is for all. Thank you. Bye.
We're just going to ask John a few questions about the location and the history of the location, just to get a little background. So, John, when and how did the organization start?
Well, we started, I was came to clinics myself because I'm a person with lived experience, carried a diagnostic impression of schizophrenia for over 25 years. And a couple years ago, I graduated into schizoaffective disorder. So I guess with the updates of the DSM-5 and everything, it kind of caught me in a new category, but I feel honored that I've done as well as I have throughout the years. But what happened was with Peer Recovery Art Project, my wife was an artist, and we were having some difficulties with her health, and I decided maybe I'll start me a little organization while I wasn't doing nothing just to keep me busy. And it kind of became an obsession. And then in 2007, we did our Modesto Blues Festival, which I do with my other business, peer run, by the way, JB Presents. And we brought art out into the park, and it was our first showing, and we got it really well received by people that brought their art. Not only did they think it was fun to come out of their homes and get into mainstream community, they were, the response from the people that viewed the art was really intense. So this is one thing. In 2009 or 2010, we were awarded the Eli Lilly Integration into Society Award. And one of our main goals here at Peer Recovery is to integrate people back into the homes, back into the community where they once were rejected. So we think the ultimate goal in recovery is not just stagnation where you're stable. It means you get back in the community and you become able. And not only by your deeds you shall be known, as we all know that quote, but by being of service to others in the community and working hand by hand on projects, it really increases the way people view you. And I've never been ashamed of my diagnostics, and we spoke in classes and on film and in magazines all these years. And so anyhow, we started this Peer Recovery Art Project, and when we won that Eli Lilly Award, we got $5,000. So we started a nonprofit and we started doing events. Finally, we got an innovation grant and we got us a location, and then we expanded our location and we moved over here and we got over there and we jumped over here, and now we're in this location for our third year. This was actually born out of COVID because I was afraid my people were not going to survive lockdown. So I built this center so we could all come and try to make it, you know. So I said earlier, a couple of my main people, Tim and Bill, both passed away early on in that career. And my wife took her own life and shattered the organization. And it took us a little bit of ingenuity to stay alive and float and pay the bills and keep the insurance and keep the bookkeeping, and but we've managed to do so. And which brings me here today. I am so happy that we have CAMHPRO here today. I've been a big fan and actually part of CAMHPRO since the beginning. I was part of the California Network of Mental Health Clients before that. Sally Zeman and myself were good friends. I've known a host of people and the work she did. We worked on peer certification for many, many years. And so that leaves me here with the CAMHPRO folks. How exciting to have you in my house.
Yeah, you have a great location here in downtown Modesto on 10th Street. Prime location. How is your relationship with the community in the area?
We got 100% satisfaction. They love us, and this is a different thing. You know, where they talk about not in my neighborhood. The reason why they talk about not in my neighborhood is because nobody's in that neighborhood. You come from outside and go in there, but I'm homegrown. I lived in this neighborhood. I was in service. I was volunteering. People knew me before. This isn't my first rodeo of being part of the community. I got so fortunate that I stumbled up on an opportunity to volunteer at the State Theater one time, and it changed my life. Shortly thereafter, I was doing events, I was doing festivals, I started this, and man, it was just so great. After I was diagnosed, I lost my connection to community. And I used to walk downtown psychotic and just wish I could belong somewhere. And then when I started getting better and started thinking about it, what would it be like if the people that walk downtown aimlessly like I did could just walk into a building and be welcomed? Oh my goodness, what a dream that would be. So like I said, we're in our 14th or 15th year and the dream has come true. People can walk downtown, they can buy their drinks, they can come in anytime and find resources. They see the big recovery sign up top. They see the Modesto View sign as a partnership. They see a reputable business that has been operational with insurances, boards, paying all the bills, doing all the things that have to be done for a number of years. And as everybody knows, with a nonprofit, that's not easy.
Yeah, along with monies, a good relationship with the community is what keeps it sustainable.
It's the ultimate. If you're going to end stigma, you have to do it through action. You can't do it through green ribbons and just say, I'm going to go ahead and get out here and you're going to recognize me. I'll requote this again: by your deeds you shall be known. The way you carry yourself. And so my people have caught on well. A lot of the folks that were part of this have now their own businesses and are at other art galleries and starting their own nonprofits, and they're beginning to find their way home. That's what we want. We want to find our way home. We were lost. A lot of the people that come in here, when they first get here, they don't have the social skills and because they're timid and they've been through trauma, traumatized and episodes in their lives that have left traumatic experience that have left them not as friendly as they could be. It takes time and moving around and connection with people just by sitting down here and watching the people walk in, and then you're in an interaction with somebody new. One time we had a shoe shining stand, and that gentleman now has his own barbershop. So it's quite an amazing thing. And they used to love to talk to people while they were shining shoes. They said, I'm having a real conversation, Mr. Black.
I really appreciate the approach that you took in using art, because art knows no borders and it crosses cultures and don't you agree with that?
Those exact words are written in our bylaws. The reason why we do that is because it's all inclusive, and there's no wrong way or right way to do it. We went when I was flying back there to Indianapolis on my way back. I was reading a magazine in the United Flight book. They have the little magazine. They quoted an artist from France, and he says, when people create art, the folks come and view it. It's the conversation that ensues that is much more the meaning of that art. The conversations that we have with individuals, the way people feel when they get to put their art in a show, and when they come and they find out, yeah, you're good enough. You don't have to wait in line. What do you mean? Well, just drop it down, we'll hang it up, and we'll see how we do. It's instant approval. And so often we are lacking approval. You hear it all the time. I'm not good enough. Hey, if your own brain's not telling you that, you can catch it from plenty other places.
And John, I appreciate your invitation to CAMHPRO's 5 and 5 and welcoming us in. Before we go, I'd like to hear what you think about the MHSA modernization. Can I get a few words on that?
Well, I'm not as well versed on it as I should be, but I know there's going to be some with any type of legislation or any type of legal maneuvers. There's going to be some wins and loses, and in this particular case, I think as it has been for a number of years, the peer centers and the wellness recoveries and people being well that don't have the number of hospitalizations, and they're not going to be on the radar for the type of care that we need. What happens, I believe, that if you're at a certain amount of level of wellness, you still need wellness supports. So for the people that are in this gallery, I know a number of people that come here, if this place ended, it would be tragic for them. So, and politics is politics, but it's sure a dark day when forced treatment starts becoming the model.
I agree.
So, John, thank you for letting me jump in and ask a couple more questions. Part of the reason we're doing the 5 and 5 is to highlight, of course, the great things that are happening. Focus on the good, move the energy towards what's positive and what's really helping people right now. But I also want to raise awareness, and you touched on a little bit of that just now, about the politics, right? But I wanted to touch on two things, on peer certification, but also something you said earlier. You said that one of your beginnings to this was an innovation project.
Yes.
And I know with the new legislation, one of the pieces that they're eliminating a requirement for is innovation. And so I just want to touch on that, because projects like that got me to wellness and projects that started like this, how do you think that's going to happen if this legislation goes through?
What's my understanding of it is the innovation opportunities for counties have been kind of grim anyway, because they don't know how to implement them. That's the Oversight and Accountability Commission was having real trouble with the state of California. There was money in the pot that was going to roll back in, and nobody was going out, and they said, we don't know. All we had to do is say, Mr. Black, can you come forth and innovate something? And I know there was many ground floor important things that were going to come along, and now with no innovation, even if they could have improved on the way that they approve them, and get more, not such a pipeline that was clogged like there was in California, then maybe it would work. But with no innovation, how would a new company do? How would a regular company do with no innovative opportunities? They would go dead in the water. Everything about the world is innovation, trying to get better, trying new ways. And we have, in the state of California, Governor Newsom and the rest of my good fellow politicians around the state have said it 1 million times in the last 5 years that I've heard, is it ain't working. So if it ain't working, why are we giving the contracts to the same people to do the same things that we've been doing all these years without trying some innovative approaches to things? And I know there will be some brilliant minds coming up in the state of California through peers, because I'm witnessing it every day, especially statewide. And some of the advocates on committees that I serve on for the state, I'm seeing some miraculous champions at these tables, and I believe some really great innovative approaches will be coming up. And with no funding to produce those, we're not looking too good.
Yeah, thank you, John. I just bring that up because I think in this, a lot of the arguments, that piece has gotten lost, that the innovation piece has gotten lost because it's a small part of much bigger changes. And I just want to highlight that because you said, your program started with innovation. I got well through an innovation program. So thank you for letting me bring that up.
Yeah.
And another question I have is, is your center funded at all through MHSA anymore? Or
No.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are. We receive a small bit from prevention.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do.
And that's another piece of it that they're going after is the prevention dollars. They're shrinking the
Just
pie.
shrinking those, yes.
So that's interesting. Do you feel at all like your services might be threatened or your funding from that?
I think every day our services are threatened. We are. I don't know if you've noticed. I sometimes hate to admit it, but I'm getting a little older, and I don't have the energy to, nor without my staff, do I have the capacity to go after statewide and federal grants with all the documentation and reporting requirements. So I'm left to partner with other organizations which get busy on their own accord and are not, easy to partner with. So our particular center could very well be at risk. We're healthy enough to run it, and we have small dollars, and we've always been a struggle. But I would say if something diminishes in the prevention and the innovation dollars, we would possibly no longer exist. It'd be a shame because, we're well known in the community and we've done well.
Okay, I'm Carrie Brown, and I was John's first volunteer at the building on J Street. How I ended up there was me, my mom, and aunt were walking down the street, and my mom saw him inside the building setting up, and she knocked on the door and asked what what he was doing. He explained the whole program to us. And my mom said, well, do you need a volunteer? He said, yes. So my mom said, well, here's a volunteer. When do you open? And he said, well, we're opening tomorrow. She said, okay, she'll be there tomorrow morning. So that's how I ended up with John. And this program has helped me so much. It's helped me come out of my shyness. I used to not talk that much. Now I talk like up a storm. I can help people. I can do what I really want to do. And that's what my passion is, to help people, to the ones that can't speak for themselves, you know, to help speak for them and get the right help for them and get them to come in and do art, because I love art, and art's like a really good thing for like when you have mental health and stuff. It distracts you a lot. It gets your mind off stuff, you know, and that's about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is there anything you want to ask her?
So you started on J Street and now you're here
Yeah,
on 10th.
J Street, yes. So
And-
I've been with him since day one on J Street.
Oh, okay. So you've been with the organization for a few years now.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I'd be at home and I'm like, I can't go there today. I need it though. You know, it's like, it really bothered me, you know, so it's like, yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about being part of Peer Recovery Art Project?
Going out in the community and helping and giving the word out for mental health and stuff and doing the art stuff and putting it all together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My name is David Cameron. I'm a volunteer here. I came out of Doctors Behavioral Health Center on March 6th of 2012. And to begin my journey towards recovery, I went down and visited Wellness when it was on 500 North 9th Street. And John was involved with Wellness. And he invited me to the Second Harvest Food Bank dinner to represent Peer Recovery and Wellness, and that was, I felt so proud. So over the last 12 years, I have been doing things with John, and I need purpose in my life. So I'm proud to say that since March 6th, every single morning I've gotten up and gotten out and done something, and in great part that's due to John. And that's my purpose coming here to volunteer, and I like the fact that this is a safe zone. It's not non-judgmental. We don't make any judgment. We listen to people who want to talk. We just kind of share stories if that's comfortable with them. So it's almost like peers. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much.
Are you an artist?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. So what is, I guess, your art of choice, or what do you enjoy about being part of Peer Recovery Art Project the most?
The opportunity that I have seen, where Carrie was indicating how she's blossoming, doing okay. When I first started, I'm trying to remember, probably about 4 years ago, dealing with the peer recovery aspect, not wellness. I've seen people, come in very timid, very, very uncertain, and in no time at all, they're just like, blossoming because they know they're not being judged. That's the key. No judgment.
So building the relationships.
We're peers.
Yeah.
We're peers.
And I love that you talked about purpose.
Yes.
I
for
would
me,
hope,
that's
I would
and
hope,
for many others, I've got to believe that's the key for them too.
yeah.
That purpose.
I would hope that that's something, we can recognize is a human right, that everybody has the right to find purpose in their lives.
The one thing that popped up in my mind that has quite often is, if you're dealing with someone, you're talking with someone and they share with you, oh, I have heart disease, or I have this, or I have that. Oh, I'm so sorry. What happens when you say, oh, I have this mental illness?
Right.
It's not contagious. It's not like COVID, and that's almost disgusting that people feel that way.
Yeah.
So you would never, ever get anything like that here. If somebody says, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then we don't pry. We said, if there's something else, you can. So yeah, that's it. Pretty much.
Thank you
Yeah, you
so
will.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.